So to wrap up, I was wondering about your hopes and dreams really for the future. I know that sounds sort of woolly and wussy around the edges, but we're coming out of lockdown soon. There's this whole Build Back Better. There's the green recovery. There's even people talking about the Great Reset. I don't know if you've even heard of that concept. So I was wondering what your feelings were about where we're at and where we could go, should go, might be going.
I'm cynical and optimistic at the same time. I worry greatly that government, national government especially, half gets it, but really won't actually ever step out of their comfort zones. They're naturally optimistic people who tend to think everything's going to be fine. I have a lot of hope when I look at what younger people are doing, what school kids are doing, and what a lot of enlightened adults are saying now, and how people are working together. You talked about community, and that is so critical. At the moment, and it's been 20 years I've been sort of on the carbon bandwagon now, and I'm very worried we are going to exceed 2%, and climate change per se is biting, and it's going to bite hard. And again, I think because it's gradual, people don't really feel that. So I'm worried, but at the same time, I'm hopeful. We're seeing a lot going on. We're getting councils are declaring climate emergencies and doing something. We're developing our own climate action plan in the village alongside North Somerset. People are talking about it. People want to do things. I'm cautiously optimistic, but at the same time, you can't let your guard down.
I would think everybody should vote green, at least in local elections. I respect anyone's choice to be on a national level to support Tories or Labour or Liberal Democrats, but I think voting green on a local level, it really, that's where you can see Greens make decisions locally. That's the fundamental sort of principle behind Greens, is doing things local, keeping things local, low impact, less moving around, buying locally, supporting local businesses. It just, I couldn't encourage anyone more to just take the plunge.
Absolutely. And where Greens are forming coalitions with the independents and with other parties and working together, that's working really well, certainly in North Somerset. There are unreasonable people in all movements, including the Green movement, but most people just want to make it work better and make it work for everybody. So I'm hoping that will change.
Yeah, and I think farmers can feel under attack because there's more vegans, rising up, or more people wanting to have plant-based diets. But we're all having to look at ourselves and look in the mirror and go, is what I'm doing the best for my planet? And businessmen have to look at them into their industry and go, is my industry the best industry to push forward in a green way? And if it's not, you might have to change. I know that car companies are switching to making green cars, electric cars, but also, during the pandemic, companies switched to making PPE. So, farmers don't have to feel under attack. If the beef industry goes into decline, they can transition. They have land. They can use that land. They can.
Yeah, but there is also still a place in agriculture for livestock. There has to be. It's part of our ecology. So we shouldn't be looking to lose it all. We, as you say, we've just got to adapt and modify. And I'm very happy that will happen. It gets a bit fraught at times, but I think when people sit down and talk sensibly to each other and listen to each other, and that's the critical thing. You've got two ears and one mouth, you should use them in proportion. When people do that, then they usually find that they've actually got more in common than they've got apart. And
we all have life in common, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have to support it. Otherwise, it will bite us back. And, nature, like I said at the top, nature rules, and we have to respect that. Yeah. I think it is time for us to wrap up. Phil, it's been a very engaging conversation. I've learned a lot from you. But I haven't learned what your track is. What track are you going to do?
Right. Okay. One of the one of my favorite films of all time from back in the 80s. And actually a really, I hadn't really thought about it in these terms before, but it's a really good environmental film, and that's Local Hero. It's about big business. It's about local opposition. It's about redemption. It's about love, and it's about beautiful places. And Mark Knopfler, the last track, Going Home, from Local Hero, put it on, man.
Here it is.